Hello, Pewter people. Scott Reynolds here with another Pewter Pulse. Are the Bucs going to miss offensive coordinator Liam Coen? Well, that depends on who they hired to replace him, right? Is Tampa Bay's offense going to improve or go backwards in 2025? Because nothing in football or life ever stays the same. And should the Bucs have fired Todd Bowles and just replaced him with Cohen to keep him in Tampa Bay instead of going to Jacksonville? There's a lot to get into in this Pewter Pulse. But first, a reminder, hit the thumbs up button, give us a like, also leave a comment. Love reading the comments, and doing those two things helps us get in front of more awesome Bucs fans like you, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Okay, so let's address a few things about Liam Coen as we turn the page to the Bucs finding the team's fourth offensive coordinator in 4 years. Now, I'm a big believer in Liam Coen as a play caller. Some guys just have a knack for play sequencing and marrying the run game and the pass game together perfectly. Cohen showed he could do just that in his first year as an NFL play caller in Tampa Bay. But there is absolutely no guarantee that he would have had similar results in 2025 had he returned to the Bucs. No, we all assumed that would happen, and that's why there was a great deal of excitement when he agreed to stay in Tampa Bay on Wednesday before bolting to Jacksonville on Thursday. Just look at Antoine Winfield Jr., a playmaker for 4 years in Tampa Bay. In Todd Bowles' system, with the same coaching staff in place and a lot of the same defenders around him. Winfield had a once-in-a-career season last year as an All-Pro during a contract year and just was not the same player in 2024. Granted, injuries likely had something to do with his performance fall off, and I expect him to come back with a vengeance in 2025. But it serves as a reminder that there is no such thing as a sure thing in the NFL. Just trying to give you some perspective here. And just ask Texans offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick, who helped C.J. Stroud have a fantastic record-breaking rookie season in 2023 and leading Houston to a division title. Remember that Bucs game where he shredded Tampa Bay for 5 touchdowns and about 500 yards? Well, heading into this year, Slowick was named as one of the league's great young offensive minds at age 37. Then Stroud and the Texans offense regressed in 2024. Slowick got fired on Friday and is unemployed after just 2 seasons in Houston. How quickly things can change. Now, who's to say that the same thing wouldn't have happened to Cohen? Maybe he levels up Tampa Bay's offense in 2025 and the Bucs lead the league in scoring. Perhaps. Or maybe after a big raise, the adoration goes to Cohen's head. Who knows? Maybe Cohen is the next Sean McVay and turns the Jaguars into an AFC powerhouse and gets Trevor Lawrence to play up to his potential. Let's remember that Todd Bowles and Jason Light hired Dave Canales, who leveled up the offense in 2023. Then they hired his replacement in Cohen, who leveled up the offense again in 2024. Who's to say that they don't find the next Cohen or an even better version of him in 2025? We don't know. After all, Bowles and Light have 2 years worth of experience doing this together. So maybe they're getting good at it. That's the hope, right? Maybe Liam Coen already hired his replacement and Josh Grizzard, who was Tampa Bay's pass game coordinator, and the Bucs already have their new offensive coordinator in-house. Wouldn't that be nice? To keep the offensive coaching staff in place and the system that Cohen brought over from LA that meshed so well with the Bucs' talent. Grizzard, who is a Yale graduate, has never called plays before, but neither did Canales. He's been labeled as incredibly bright, and he's had exposure to not only Cohen, but Mike McDaniel in Miami, and even David Cutcliffe at Duke. Maybe the team opts for continuity and gives Grizzard a shot. After all, he was in charge of Cohen's third down package, and Tampa Bay led the league in third down conversions at 51.1%, and the team was also over 50% on third downs in the playoff loss to the Commanders. I expect the Bucs to cast a wide net in their coaching search to find the right fit at offensive coordinator. In each of the last 2 offensive coordinator searches, they've interviewed at least 10 candidates. There are some good candidates out there, including Seahawks pass game coordinator Jake Peets, who the Bucs interviewed last year, and Rams pass game coordinator Nick Caley, among others. The good news is that the Bucs offensive coordinator job is more attractive than ever. Bowles could be viewed around the league as a kingmaker because both Cohen and Canales became a head coach after just one season calling plays in Tampa Bay. And who wouldn't want to come to a four-time division winner that has Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, and Jalen McMillan coming off great seasons as rookies, and all-pro Tristan Wirfs and a fantastic young offensive line? There's certainly a lot to like about this Tampa Bay job. 2 years ago, the Bucs were struggling to find a play caller, and they just about had to settle for Canales. This year, they could have the pick of the litter when it comes to who they want to hire for their offensive coordinator position. There's going to be no shortage of applicants now. One last thing about Cohen and why the Bucs didn't fire Bowles and replace him with Cohen. I was privy to some information about Cohen's, how do I say this, volatility and reactionary behavior in certain instances that gave the team some pause about his head coaching prospects. I think that's why they wanted to pair him with Bowles for another year so they could get to know him a little bit better and see. And maybe those two win a Super Bowl together in 2025. That was the hope, really, not just to replace Bowles and find his eventual replacement, but to bring the band back together and see if they can climb further up the hill. Maybe it was a bit of immaturity as a 38-year-old, or maybe it was his nature to be a little volatile and reactionary. And we saw some of that volatility and reactionary behavior and some immaturity between Wednesday and Thursday about how he handled his departure from Tampa Bay and his arrival in Jacksonville, didn't we? And this information was not spilled milk information over the past 24 to 48 hours. No, this was information I came across at midseason and tucked away until now. So say what you want about Todd Bowles as a defensive play caller with the soft zone stuff and the middle of the field and his game management shortcomings. Those are all valid points. But no one is disputing that Todd Bowles is a leader of men. His steady, unwavering approach has helped this team win 3 straight division titles and finish strong in each of the last 2 seasons. Team culture and team camaraderie is at an all-time high in Tampa Bay, and Bowles deserves credit for that. In my 30 years of covering this team, there has been absolutely zero dissension amongst the players in that locker room in the 3 years under Todd Bowles. And that's on or off the record, folks. And that's an incredibly rare thing that I've never seen in my 30 years. I've never seen anything like it, not under Tony Dungy, not under John Gruden, but it's happening under Todd Bowles. Liam Coen is a brilliant play caller, but it takes more than that to be an effective leader and head coach. Maybe he has those qualities too, or maybe he doesn't, and the Bucs actually dodged a bullet. We want you to head over to Pewter Report TV, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and also leave a comment. Plus, subscribe to Pewter Report TV. Hit the subscribe button. Join over 17,000 Bucs fans who've done the same thing. Hit the notifications button also. That'll let you know when I've got new Pewter Pulse videos, new Pewter Report podcasts, emergency podcasts when they go live. And you can also find us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Pewter Report and pewterreport.com for more Bucs news this offseason. And I'll be back soon with the new Pewter Pulse.